dive into the enigma that is Stanley Bizzare, a man as old as the creation of man itself. Stanley's existence goes beyond the confines of ordinary time and human understanding. Seemingly a paradox, he is a conundrum to every sense of the word, an unsolved riddle, an ancient secret hidden deep within the tapestry of time and space. Stanley is not your average being. He is an enigma, a mystery wrapped in the fabric of time. A man who has been touched by the divine, his mere existence breaks the barriers of natural order. Endowed with perpetual life, his destiny aligned him with a ceaseless battle, a relentless struggle against the very incarnation of malevolence. Stanley Bizzare, a man who has seen the rise and fall of civilizations, an immortal locked in eternal combat. Gifted with immortality, Stanley was always destined for an ongoing war, a war against the very essence of evil. His was not chosen by him, but bestowed upon him by the divine. He was chosen to be the shield, the sword, the guardian of humanity, standing against the malevolent creatures that surface from the fiery abyss of hell. He is the beacon of hope in the darkest of times, the one who shall stand when all others have fallen. The capabilities that Stanley beholds are beyond the realm of human comprehension. His abilities are confined to the mundane. They extend into the realm of the divine. He possesses the ability to soar through the sky, defying the laws of physics. His transformation into a formidable demon form leaves his adversaries trembling in fear. His strength and speed are not of this world. They can only be matched by the mightiest of the gods. Throughout the ages, Stanley Bizzare, the eternal warrior, waged his solitary war against evil. Standing alone against the onslaught of darkness, his courage and resolve never wavered. Single-handedly, he has vanquished countless hordes of demons, leaving only the tales of his heroics to echo through the annals of time. He is the legend that every bard sings of, the hero in every folklore. Yet his path wasn't all glory and honor. Even for a man of his stature, victories came with a heavy price. His journey was filled with pain and loss, a constant reminder of the toll his duty took. Each battle won, each demon vanquished, cost him a piece of his own self. Yet he bore these burdens with a stoic resolve, never swaying from his destined path. Stanley's tale is one of power and sacrifice, a testament to the burdens of being a savior. It serves as a reminder of the price one pays for standing against the forces of darkness, the cost of being a beacon of hope in a world filled with despair. Dive deep into his tale, and you shall find a story of courage, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of a man who is more than just a man. Stanley Bizzare, an eternal enigma, a testament to the power of the divine and the embodiment of sacrifice. Opening. As centuries passed, Stanley's victories became a burden. He found himself spiraling into a profound loneliness. Over the ages, Stanley's existence turned into a perplexing labyrinth of miseries, each victory adding another layer to the overwhelming burden he carried. It seemed as if the universe had ruthlessly chosen him to endure an existence that not a single soul could fathom. He was treading an obscure path, a path of perpetual warfare and constant combat. His sole existence was dictated by an eternal cycle of victory and solitude, each triumph echoing in the hollow emptiness of his heart, echoing in the silence of his solitude. Stanley was a prisoner of his own might, chained to an existence that was beyond the comprehension of mere mortals. Every moment of his life was a reminder of his unparalleled strength, and yet it was this very strength that became his solitary confinement, his most profound curse. His victories, instead of heralding joy, only ushered in more loneliness, deepening the abyss of his solitude. His heart, once a symbol of his undying courage, had become a battlefield. It was not just the external demons he fought with his powers that tormented him, but the internal demons of solitude and sorrow that started to gnaw at his existence. His heart, once a beacon of hope and strength, was now a battlefield, scarred by the ceaseless warfare within him. Each scar was a testimony to a battle fought and a battle won, but at a price too steep to bear. His powers, once a beacon of light, started to feel heavy chains. The chains were not made of iron, but of his victories, his powers, his eternal existence, and his solitude. They bound him, shackled him to an existence that was increasingly feeling like a prison. His incredible power was a curse, a liability that isolated him from everything that was human, everything that was mortal. In the midst of his enormous triumphs, Stanley found himself yearning for something more, something beyond the physical realm of power and victory. He yearned for something deeply human, love. But love seemed an alien concept to his immortal life. It was something that his mighty powers could not conquer, something that his victories could not win. His heart yearned for a connection, for a human touch, but all it encountered was the cold emptiness of his existence. Overcome by despair, Stanley made the ultimate decision. He decided he could bear his existence no longer. He decided to end his own, releasing a colossal surge of energy that reverberated across the universe, mirroring the agony of his heart. His death, instead of bringing an end to his agony, only magnified it, transforming it into an energy so powerful that it could rip apart worlds. Closing. In his death, Stanley's powers found new vessels, and his absence created a rift between our world and the dark world. Stanley's death was not the end. His powers lived on in two men, Frado Polinsky and Billy Harringer, and his absence rippled through our reality. The demise of Stanley Bizzare, the man as ancient as creation, the eternal warrior, had far-reaching consequences. His power, immense and terrifying, surged out from his lifeless form in an explosion of energy that echoed through the cosmos. This energy found its way to two unassuming individuals, Frado Polinsky and Billy Harringer. Each of them was imbued with a fraction of Stanley's power, gifting them abilities far beyond the realm of the ordinary. Flight, speed, strength, and even a hint of the demon form that Stanley so often adopted in his relentless battles against the forces of hell. Suddenly, these two men were thrust into a world they could scarcely understand, bound by a power they could barely control. But Stanley's death didn't just empower Frado and Billy. It tore a rift in the fabric of our reality, a gaping wound linking our world to the dark world. This breach served as a gateway for the unrelenting forces of evil, eager to seize the opportunity to invade our realm. In the midst of this chaos, Stanley Bizzare was revived. Blessed once again with the spark of life, he found himself with only half of his original power. Yet, even diminished, he was a formidable force. He returned to his mission, his eternal war against the demons that threatened our world. But this time, there was a new fire in his eyes, a burning rage that hadn't been there before. The man who had been blessed by the heavens now found himself fueled by anger towards them. His revival, while a blessing to our world, was a curse to him. He found himself once again trapped in a cycle of eternal conflict, a puppet in a cosmic performance. And so Stanley Bizzare was back, his anger towards the heavens burning brighter than ever before. Revived but not restored, Stanley Bizzare returned to his eternal war, his anger towards the heavens burning brighter than ever before.